Howdy y'all, I am Electric Rat with an exclamation point, and I got a quick little simple tutorial for all of you. This is a simple one layer, as in there's no stacking going on here. There's no plants on top of other plants. This is a one layer 69 plot garden, and you can use this for as you can see I got it for EMPs and couch potatoes, but really anything that needs a medium or a large plot, I think you can even interchange them, but anything that needs a medium large plot you can do this for. And the instructions are actually the same both ways, so you don't have to change anything up depending on the plot size. And this is probably the easiest method that I've seen for getting 69 plot gardens yet. Uh, this was added in the spring update because they added, I think the spring update because they added advanced housing movement, and nobody really noticed because everyone was too busy getting mad over pet costs and stuff that did suck. But they added this, which is nice because personally I hated stacking. I have a failed, you see in the background, failed stacking attempt over there, and yeah, so most people didn't really find out about this. I found this on Reddit from user CubeThulu, and so I'm going to have their post in the description below. Alright, and I'm back on my other wizard. I got that 2010 Dragonspire drip because I haven't touched this guy in that long. And all you really need for this is this low square table. There's no rugs, there's no crate stacking, none of that. All you need is the low square table, and you can pick that bad boy up from the Mushu housing store or the bazaar. And you're going to want 69 of your plants. I have 71. In this case, I'm doing pre-libra cacti because I can't afford EMPs or couch potatoes. That's why I'm doing these YouTube stuff. So I have that. You're gonna want obviously the spell and its likes. So I got its likes somewhere here. And yeah, so what you're gonna want to do is you are going to set. Well, let's start this from the beginning. Okay, so there's no table. You're going to want to put this in the corner where you want your table to be. I'm gonna put this right there. Okay, and now this is gonna be the corner of our garden. Now, excuse me, I got a hiccup. Now, this is the corner of our garden. What we're going to do is we're just going to click on whatever plot we're going to make. In this case, I'm doing prickly bears. They need medium enchanted soil. So I'm going to put medium enchanted soil. I'm just going to click this, and I'm going to plant it. And so like I said, this uses the advanced housing movement. So you're going to want to click on advanced move. And you're going to see this menu pop up. And you're going to see it says left, right, forward, backward, up, down. What you want to do is you're going to click this little blue icon right here that says switch between relative and absolute movement. Because right now we're on relative movement. So it's going to move relative to us. So if I tell it to move right, it's going to move right relative to where I'm standing. So if I move, it'll move along with me. Which is kind of cool, but that's not what we want. So we're going to reset that. And you're going to click on this, and it's going to give you this. It's going to tell you the x-axis, the y-axis, and the z-axis. Now, the sensitivity by default is going to be all the way up here. Just drag that all the way down here. And, if you want, you can get a feel for, okay, which is going to move this in which direction. In general, you don't need to move the Z. That moves it up and down. And we're not really going to plant the things up here. So, what we're going to want to do is we're going to find the direction. So, we want this to go down, and we want this to go to the right. So, let's start making rows. We're going to do 4 clicks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Set that down. Now, the reason it's 4 clicks is because that is, if you do it any less, you're not going to be able to click the seeds into each plot, and you're just going to have a dud garden. And like I said, that 4 clicks is going to be relevant for both. 4? That's going to be relevant for both medium plots and large plots. They're both the same. And so we're going to keep doing this about 8 times. Alright, I took my name off in my mount just so it's easier for everyone to see what's going on. So now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plots. Cool. And so what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to build an 8x8 grid because 8 times 8, if you passed math class, is 64. And, we're just short of the 69, which is the limit for max gardening spells. How many plots they can affect, how many plants they can affect. And so now, depending on the direction that you're going to move the table, just see which direction is going to move. So, obviously, we don't want this to go up more up. We want this to go down. So, we're going to do another 4 clicks. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we can just keep planting. you're gonna notice, you'll know you're doing it right if you're seeing it show up on me. You'll start to get a pretty cool, like, grid pattern right here. See that? How all the corners kind of form together. That's how you know it'll all be even. Move this again. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is on the y-axis. And we're basically just gonna get a snake this around. And I bought energy elixirs for the purpose of this video, but if you don't have elixirs, obviously, you can get free crowns from doing the trivia. If you get the trivia extension, it auto-solves captchas, auto-does trivia. It's about 100 a day. If you don't want to wait that, I mean, I totally understand. When you level up, obviously, your energy resets. I thought I unequipped my mount. It's annoying. If you don't want to wait for energy reset, you can just, you know, continue to quest, or just start this on one day, end it the next day. Just whatever you like. And yeah, and so we're going to do, like I said, we want an 8x8, so I'm going to skip ahead to once I got the 8x8 set up. Alright, and so now we've got, for wrestling fans out there, I guess you could call it the opposite of a squared circle, a circled square, an 8x8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is an 8x8 circle full of plots, or square full of plots, my bad. And so now, 8 times 8 is 64, so that means we have 5 spots left. And then wherever you want to put those 5 plots is really up to you. What I like to do is I'm going to move this one. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, if you're going to add another row, you got to add it 4 more. And we're going to move this to the right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to put another plot down here. And then I'm going to move it 4 again. Just so that, the important thing is that there's always at least 4 spaces between the plots. If you have less than that, then I can't guarantee that you'll be able to plant the seed in every single plot. So keep that in mind. 1, 2, 3, 4. Really, you can do whatever you want. You can make this any shape you want, honestly. As long as it fits within the large spell area thing. This is just the simplest. This is the only one I've tried. So your mileage may vary. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 2 more. Now, if you have the gardening spell, it's a rank 15 gardening spell you can get from Avalon after achieving a side quest and paying for it. You can get a spell called Plant All, which lets you plant all the seeds you have in your backpack. I don't have that, so I'm gonna have to plant this manually. But this plot is done, so we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. By 8, that's 64, plus 5 is 69, and we can plant all these guys. And like I said, if you had the plant all, you know, that'd be ideal. It takes a stupid amount of time to get there, honestly. Oh, I planted something there on accident? Oh, no, it's there. And it takes a while to get there, so, you know, if you don't have it, you can just plant this by hand. And that's basically, like, the basis for all this, is now you can plant whatever you want. You can even pick this up if you want. And I'm just going to show you guys one last little trick that you can do, is that, just like you were moving the table under these, you can also move your plant's likes under these. So if I could find where I put those likes. We'll put, like, a garden gnome here, you know? You can stick a garden gnome, like, right under there. And even with advanced move, you can make them dance around there, too. So, experiment with that, play around with that, and I think that is really it for now. Okay, so I'm recording this kind of retroactively after I did the outro, just because I figured y'all would want to see the finished product, because duh. So here we are. I have all 69 prickly bear cacti. I started out with, I guess, 71. I thought I had 70, but 71. Unless I planted a non-prickly bear. Well, you know, we'll find out if I mess up later. But as you can see, I tucked all of its likes under the plants, and as you can see, they're getting it. So it says, you know, likes pile of sand, garden gnome. I just realized it likes a pile of sand because it's a cactus. That makes a lot of sense. That's why it's Selden Croc. Anyway, yeah, they're all tucked under there, so, you know, that does work. And just to show that you can hit it all with a large-scale spell, here's the pest spell. Covers everything. And I believe it's the same size as the large needs. Needs spells. No, if you're planting, for example, evil magma peas and couch potatoes, like boom shrooms and king parsley, respectively. If you're going to plant those, you can plant those and let them die. Just make sure that it is outside of the radius of this circle. You see, because you don't want to accidentally hit this with one of your needs plants, and then your careful balance of 69 is messed up. So I'd recommend, if you're gonna plant something, plant a plot just outside of the area, as close as you can without actually getting in the circle, and make sure whenever you're going to target all these guys, you don't hit it. You see that in the beginning when I was showing off mine. There's a bunch of dead plants in front of my EMPs and my couch potatoes, and that's what that's about. And yeah, I can't wait for these guys to grow up and give me a bunch of low-tier mega snacks so that I can pay 100,000 just to hatch. Yeah, I will cut back to my original footage. Thank you guys for watching this tutorial video. I'm not really used to this YouTube talking to myself thing. This is my first one, so if you have feedback, or there's something you want to add about this method, or something I did wrong, leave it in the comments for other people to see. Drop a like and subscribe, and thank you guys. I hope to put out some more Wizard content in the future, because I think it was a pretty fun game, and I don't think there's enough content creators for it. So yeah, peace. Okay, well, this is 64. We just need to place... Oh, I got stuck. That's annoying. Okay. Well, we need to place 5. That's really annoying.